witnessed at a grade school basketball game. A father yelled at the referee and the coach so bad that they had to throw him out of the game.
Suddenly, the other boy's father, Ray Hoffman, jumps onto the mat.
Parents came out and attacked our home plate umpire, and so we physically had to defend ourselves.
A push is exchanged.
So you see the girl who's pushed up against the wall by her father after the game because she did something wrong. This is what we do for fun.
Over the years, we've all heard and read stories of youth athletes' hearts being broken by their experience with sports. In fact, by the age of 13, over 70% of kids drop out of organized youth sports because it just isn't fun anymore. When they quit, gone is the opportunity to teach important character-building traits: self-confidence, resilience, teamwork, mental toughness, self-control, and respect for others. Youth sports provides an incredible infrastructure for teaching character to this nation's youth, but only if coaches and parents recognize and seize these teachable moments. That's why I am working with Jim Thompson and PCA to transform the culture of youth sports.
It was when I was the director of the public and global management programs at the Stanford Business School that I started Positive Coaching Alliance out of the athletic department here, because I realized there was so much known about how to get the best out of kids that the average youth sports coach didn't know. So Positive Coaching Alliance used research-based tools and the best practices of some of the greatest coaches in the world to help youth coaches who are ideally situated to affect the trajectory of a kid's life through sports. That's why I started Positive Coaching Alliance.
For PCA to move from touching and impacting just over 1 million kids today to reaching as many as 4 million kids within 5 years is an awesome opportunity. That would be about 10% of the youth athletes in America. And I really do see that as a tipping point to where all of a sudden PCA could become the dominant youth character education factor in America.
Encouragement is the oxygen of the soul. Positive Coaching Alliance is a very entrepreneurial organization led by a world-class social entrepreneur interested in spearheading a movement that will change the entire youth sports industry.
I think a lot of people forget that you play sports to learn and meet people, and you play for fun, and people get really wrapped up in winning and succeeding, and they forget the true meaning of playing, and that's what PCA brings back into the game.
It doesn't matter how many times I do the workshops or anything, like I always take away a new perspective or something new, and I love it.
PCA's systems approach includes working with each part of the youth sports ecosystem. We put forth a double-goal coach model, where the first goal is winning on the scoreboard, while the second, more important goal is having a lifetime impact by using sports to teach life lessons. We communicate a second goal parent model, where parents let players and coaches pay attention to the scoreboard, while the parents focus on ensuring that their children take away lessons from sports to help them succeed in life. Athletes strive for the triple impact competitor model that encourages giving maximum effort to make themselves better, their teammates better, and the game better by the way they compete. PCA has more than 35 full-time staff and 100 certified trainers across the United States. We've trained more than 430,000 parents, coaches, and youth sports organization leaders, impacting more than 4 million youth. PCA has developed research-based content, which we present in live and online workshops across the country.
Sports psychology research shows us that athletes coached in a mastery environment both perform better on the scoreboard and are more likely to stick with sports longer because they really enjoy it.
In the past several years, a number of large national organizations have partnered with PCA in an effort to improve the youth sports culture. For example, the Amateur Athletic Union, or AAU, has pledged to require double-goal coach certification of their more than 50,000 coaches. Additionally, in 2010, the University Interscholastic League, with PCA, trained more than 45,000 coaches and officials in the state of Texas.
When PCA came in, we've been able to do approximately 26 workshops. It's impacted, in essence, over 800 coaches. The follow-up that the coaches are doing with them, and to really say, okay, this isn't just a one-time thing. This is what we're going to talk about every day. Spend some time. And if the kids see the importance from the coaches, that they in turn can pass that on through leadership qualities to their fellow teammates. The neat thing that I've kind of heard from a few of our middle schools is that they found some leaders that they didn't really know they had. He can be a leader. And a lot of times it's about just, I think, having the opportunity to grow. Dallas Independent School District and this department, we were eager to find ways, and I didn't want this to just be a one-shot deal. That's the main thing. I want this to be a partnership that we can continue for years to come, however long we can do this, because that's how important I feel that this is.
We looked around locally, we were looking throughout New England, and we were just blown away when we found out what the Positive Coaching Alliance was all about, and we knew we had to have them here. We realized that this was going to be helping to change the landscape of how coaching as a valuable asset was going to take form here in Boston. We compete with, against some of the best teams in the country. But the thing that's happening is we have our young folks going to college.
We're at 35 young people that have become Boston police officers. We're at 2 young people who are assistant district attorneys. We're about to have our first doctor. I tell our coaches, I'd rather sleep well at night knowing that I'm doing the right thing than to go home and saying, wow, I beat them. Sorry, I'd rather win at life than win a game. That's really, really important.
Last year when we did the Positive Coaching Alliance evaluation, 100% of the coaches were satisfied, and they want more.
The words of a coach are so powerful. When I was in high school, I was not a very good basketball player, but I loved it. I'll never forget one of the coaches, and he said, "You have all the hustle and determination that it takes to be a champion." That made a huge impact on me. He was the first person to acknowledge that I could be a champion, and I ended up a champion in a completely different sport.
That's it, guys. Much better, much better.
Your athletic career is most impacted, I think, by the first couple of coaches that you see in your youth sports. That's how you start to model in your mind how you deal with adversity, how you deal with team, how I fit within the team, all those concepts. And so I think my coaches, the most influential coaches, are my first couple who are parent volunteers.
PCA has the support of a wide range of elite coaches and athletes, whose best practices help form the foundation for our tools and workshops. PCA has become a highly respected organization and nonprofit brand. We've partnered with more than 1,200 youth sports organizations and schools, from recreational leagues to championship high school teams.
I support Positive Coaching Alliance because I like to invest in areas where there's a high return. There's a huge opportunity to impact the kids today that will be our future leaders. And I can't think of anything more important to do than impact their character and their values. And I think PCA does that with a proven model, so to me it's got a high degree of leverage.
We've come a long way, but there's a lot more work to do. The youth athletes of this country need positive coaching now. Please join me in ensuring that PCA can grow and expand well into the future.